moving on. So if we can create this kind of technology that transforms, can't we create the same quality for human life? We're all God's children, and we are important. And so I must commend Quitman County and Marks for this observance, because you, in a sense, helped to provide guidance for the nation. Dad, as we already know, came here and shone a light on the conditions that existed at that time. And then Robert Kennedy came here and shone a light on the conditions, tragically, that some individuals were living in. There's a saying, enough is enough. And we are not going to take it anymore. It only takes a few good women and men to bring about change. Just a few. My father and his team didn't have always a large quantity of people marching. It was just a few good women and men. And they turned the nation in a positive way upside down, using the philosophy of nonviolence. As we live in a nation that is infused with violence every few weeks. Actually, every day someone is killed, and several times a day by guns. We're infatuated. In fact, we're in love with our guns, which is unfortunate. It's all right to have a gun if that's what you feel you need. But we have, the guns have become, you know, I used to say, my dear friend and brother who's gone home to live with God, Dick Gregory, used to say that fear and God cannot inhabit the same space. Either you believe in God or you don't. Our most precious resources are distributed all throughout our audience. Our young men here, some young children on the sides and throughout. Because everything we do should be for those coming behind us. It is said that the good politician plans for the next election, but the statesperson plans for the next generation. We have got to be planning for the next generation and generations yet unborn. That's what I believe my father would be doing, my mother would be doing. My mother dedicated her life, in one sense, to working to fulfill the work of Dad. Dad wanted to eradicate what he called were the triple evils of poverty, racism, militarism, and violence. And yet, we made strides in those areas, but we still have strides to make. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday.
Knowing your father's legacy, did you ever feel pressure to have to follow behind his footsteps?
Thank you for that question. I would be less than honest if I said no. But I believe I was certainly influenced by my mother and father. by the work that they did. And so I don't feel like I was pressured. My mom raised me. Dad was killed when I was 10 years old. My father was gunned down. When I was 11 years old, my father's brother mysteriously drowned. This information that I'm getting ready to tell you, in addition to my uncle who drowned, you won't know. When I was 16 years old, my grandmother, my father's mother, was gunned down in the church while playing the Lord's Prayer. So I had a lot of tragedy in a very short period of time. And so I had to learn to depersonalize some of that. What do I mean by that? I had to learn to dislike the evil act but still love the individual.
Over me, and before I'll be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom over me. Over me. And before I be a slave, I'll be buried in my own grave and go home to my Lord and be free. No more weeping, don't you know? No more weeping. No more weeping over me. And before I be a slave, I'll be buried in my own grave and go home to my
change. In America, we need some things to change here in Mississippi. It's time to pay attention to what the Bible calls the least of these.
On behalf of the state of Mississippi, Tate Reeves and me and Senator Jordan, we present this proclamation to the Kennedys for coming to March to help us celebrate 50 years of hard work and dedication.
Carry on the ideals of the civil rights movement and the leaders who shaped it, including Dr. Martin Luther King and my grandfather, Robert F. Kennedy, and my great-uncle, JFK, who said that I believe as long as there is plenty, poverty is evil.
Moving through hearing about the Poor People's Campaign and about my grandpa's visit down to the Mississippi Delta in 1967, which was before he decided that he was going to run for president. He came down here and he saw the poverty here, and he met the people living here and saw the conditions that they were living in, and that's really what drove him to run for president.
Yourself. Every now and then you have to look who is in front of you to see the trail that they have blazed for you to be able to walk down. I need for every person that is listening to me today, I need for you, Daniels, to make sure that you appreciate the moment of living.
come down. Ain't he all right? Praise go up, blessings come down.
Early in the morning, late in the midnight hours. Oh.
Come on, clap your hands. Come on, clap your hands. Hold on, clap your hands. Let everybody know. I got that Holy Ghost. He's in the house. I got that Holy Ghost.
Yeah, yeah. He won't let you down. Sometimes the life gets so rough. Sometimes the going gets so tough.
How many ever been through something that thought you wasn't going to make it? But some way and somehow God met you there. What my real my praying people, where y'all at? These cute people, they can't pray. I'm convinced that no matter how low I get, God still is a way maker. Is that right? Has he made a way for you? If he made a way for you, let me hear you just say yeah! God is good no matter what the devil say. Let me sing my song. I don't want y'all to get loud. You know what I'm doing, Mama?
One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours, it will be ours. Oh, one day, when the war is won, we will be sure, we will be sure. Oh, glory, 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 oh, glory, glory.
Hands to the heavens, no man, no weapon formed against, yes, glory is destined. Everyday women and men become legends. Sins that go against our skin become blessings. The movement is a rhythm to us. Freedom is like religion to us. Justice is juxtaposition in us. Justice for all just ain't specific enough. One son died, his spirit is revisiting us. True and living in us. Resistance is us. That's why Rosa sat on the bus. That's why we walk through Ferguson with our hands up.